were having a blast. Teenage dreams and neon screens. It was all bad, you know what I mean. Like, you know, it's like whatever, together forever. We're never gonna sever. Laughing, sharing our stories clever. We'll take you back. It's like whatever.
Welcome to Like Whatever, a podcast for, by, and about Gen X. I'm Nicole, and this is my BFFF, Heather.
Hello.
So we were trying to think of what we could chit-chat about before the show, and all we could think of was sadness. So
Yes. We're going to get that straight out the gate.
yeah, we're just going to take care of it. This is the week, I think it was August 31st, that Princess Diana passed away 28 years ago.
Yes. Can't believe it's been 28 years.
I know. I mean, I can and I can't because I have a very distinct memory because my son, my oldest, was born August 13th, and he, the first month, was a horrible sleeper, like
Yes.
literally awake for 2 hours and asleep for 2 hours. And when he was awake, he was screaming.
I remember.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was colic, maybe. I don't know. Doctors were just like, oh, tough shit. But anyway, it was one of my like 3 a.m. get up, take him downstairs, put him in the bouncy seat, fall asleep on the couch while my foot bounced the bouncy seat. Like
Right.
I learned how to sleep and bounce my foot at the same time and turn on the TV because that would give him something to focus on and he would relax. But so I come down that night, turn on the TV, and there it is. 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what? And I just sat there wide-eyed all night and like never went back to sleep.
It's just, it's a shame. I know this is probably going to rub people the wrong way. Big fan of the Queen. Mm-hmm. I know. I get it. Colonizing, da-da-da. I get it.
Yes.
I see where she was. If you've ever watched The Crown, I don't know. The Crown to me seems like they take Charles's side in a lot of it. Like it's kind of strange, I feel like.
Maybe that's how they got approved to
Maybe.
do the show.
Maybe.
They weren't allowed to make him look bad.
But a lot of it they do. I don't know about any of the rest of you that has watched The Crown, but I felt bad for Charles. Like I did. I felt genuinely bad for Charles. I mean, in real life, I think I do too.
Yeah, for all of them. I mean, your life is decided for you. That's why Harry left. He didn't want it. And, a lot of people booed him for that, but I applaud him. Like, why suffer your whole life if you don't have to?
It's a shame because I think obviously Camilla has been around before. It was around before Diana, and now he's married to her. And, obviously.
They did stay together. I'll give them that.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it's just, but it is sad, the whole Diana situation. The paparazzi killed her.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
It's a shame that happened.
Yeah, it is.
I don't remember. I was working because it was August, so I don't remember.
Well, it broke in the middle of the night, so you probably just got up, went to work, and
Didn't know
then heard
anything.
it on the radio or something when you got to work.
I probably on the radio on my way to work.
Yeah,
I know. It was sad. It was sad.
it was very sad.
It's also the anniversary of Katrina, which boils my blood to the point of incoherence.
I haven't brought myself to watch the new
I haven't watched the new one
one
yet.
yet. The one I was talking about a few weeks ago that I guess was one from last year. It wasn't that old, but it wasn't the new one. And I haven't been able to watch it
I
yet.
can't watch the new one. I watched the Spike Lee ones. The one is Requiem in 4 parts. It's 4 hours, and it was an HBO documentary. And I mean, you go into it knowing it's Spike Lee, so it's probably he didn't have to slant that at all. But
No.
it was
It was all there in black and white.
It's the most infuriating thing
Yeah.
that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. That's why it's hard. Like, I'm going to watch it, but instead I watched a little bit more upbeat. There's a Netflix series that came out a few weeks ago called The Residents. Did I already talk about this?
No, maybe. I don't remember yesterday.
It has the actress from Orange is the New Black in it.
All of them?
No, the one who played the crazy lady.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Her name is like Uba or Uda. I can never, for whatever reason, I can never remember her name. Her and the really handsome guy, Abiz something.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know names.
I can't
You're
think
lucky
of
I
what he's
still know
in.
your
I know
name.
that he sings a rap song called Maserati, which you would never know to see. Oh, he was on The Office. He played Charles.
Didn't watch The Office either.
Whatever. Okay. So anyway, if you're looking for something to watch, and if I'm repeating this from last week, I'm sorry, but it really was a good show. So yeah, that's on Netflix.
I just haven't had the patience for.
That's because you've been playing poker,
I know. God damn it.
which you've now got me hooked on.
Haha.
God damn it. I texted her. I was like, now this is all I've done all weekend. She's like, I told you it was fun. I said, that's why I didn't want to download it, because I knew I would just sit here and play.
It's 10 cents.
It is. And the poker's only, 2 penny big.
Yeah.
So
You got to play the SNG tournaments. They only last like 10 minutes. If that even. It's 3 people.
do you ever win? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyway, we're going to try and keep our chit chat to a minimum because nobody cares.
Because we tend to ramble
Yeah,
on,
we're going
we've
to just ramble
realized.
on and on and on. And that's why the things are an hour and a half, because it's like a half an hour of us shooting the shit because we only see each other once a week. So,
Yeah. And we do try to catch up beforehand, but it's not enough.
no.
Before we get started, I want to ask everyone to please rate, review. We are on all the socials. We are everywhere that you listen to podcasts. And you can email us at likewhateverpod@gmail.com.
Yes. I'm going to start picking up the TikTok, the tickety talk.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit more time on my hands now.
And I'm going to start working on Reels. I'm really intimidated by it.
I think it's the same thing as TikTok, though.
Well, I don't know anything about TikTok.
It's just little videos. We should start figuring out how to shoot one. AI will give you a script to do a TikTok.
I don't like AI.
I know, but I do. And so I can just copy and
All right,
paste.
you make your fancy TikToks, and I'll make my
I know,
old-fashioned
but we have
Facebook
to do it
Reels.
together. Yes. Yes.
All right, whatever. We'll figure it out. We always do.
All right. Before we dive in, we want to take a moment to acknowledge that September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month.
And we especially want to speak directly to our LGBTQ plus listeners, because this year, the 988 Lifeline removed its dedicated LGBTQ plus support option, which is not just disappointing, it's dangerous.
So here's the deal. If you're struggling, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is still available 24/7. Just dial or text 988 for free, confidential support from trained counselors.
And if you're LGBTQ plus and want to talk to someone who gets it, the Trevor Project is here for you. You can call 1-866-488-7386, text START to 678-678, or visit the Trevor Project's Resource Center for chat and support.
We'll link both in the show notes. You matter, you're loved, and we're so damn glad you're here.
All right,
Okay, let's get serious, guys.
time to get serious.
Time to get serious and fuck around and find out about, drum roll, dance shows.
Woo!
No.
You are right in my wheelhouse, man. I have always loved to dance. From the time I knew what a rockette was, I wanted to be a rockette.
I know.
I still to this day am angry with my mother that she never put me in dance classes because I was 5'9", same height as a rockette.
You say you're right height.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress.
Let's start with probably the most iconic American Bandstand.
Mm-hmm.
It ran from 1952 to 1989. It premiered locally in late March of 52 as Bandstand on Philadelphia television station WFIL-TV, Channel 6, hosted by Bob Horn as a television adjunct to his radio show of the same name on WFIL.
Everything good starts in Philly.
Yes. I am shocked. Wait till you see how almost all of them start.
A lot of stuff I read starts in Philly. By the way, Boys to Men is performing at the halftime show at the Eagles-Cowboys game this Thursday. Go Eagles. And the one guy, I can't remember which one of the Boys to Men, but he was like, anytime you ask me to do anything for the Eagles, the answer is always going to be yes.
Of course. Anytime anybody asks us if we want to do anything for
Yes.
the Eagles, we're going to say yes.
Always yes.
Yeah. Jeffrey Laurie, if you're listening. I don't think you are, but you never know.
You never know. Maybe his grandkids are. Or kids?
I don't know.
His kids would be Gen X.
His kids would be Gen X.
Okay.
I actually don't have any idea how old he is.
I don't either.
He might even be the top end of Gen X. I don't know.
Oh, maybe he does listen.
I don't. We haven't had a Philadelphia one for a while.
We have. Okay.
Okay.
I think we have like 6 Philadelphias right now, but okay.
All right. Okay. Anyway, blah, blah. Hosted by Bob Horn as a television adjunct to his radio show of the same name on WFIL, Bandstand featured short musical films produced by Snyder Telescriptions and Official Films, with occasional studio guests. Horn wanted to change the show to a dance program featuring teenagers dancing on camera as music records played. The radio show, The 950 Club, hosted by Joe Grady and Ed Hurst, inspired the format which aired on Philadelphia's WPEN. On October 7th, 1952, this new version of Bandstand debuted from Studio B, located in the original 1947 building in West Philadelphia. Born and raised. It was hosted by Horn and co-hosted by Lee Stewart from its launch in 1952 until 1955. Tony Mammarello was the original producer, with Ed Yates as director. Snyder and Official Music Films continued in the short term to fill gaps when dancers were changed during the show because the studio could not fit more than 200 attendees. Mm-hmm. Oh, also, just a heads up, I kind of sprinkled the fun facts in, so it's going to be this, it's not going to be at the end, like fun facts.
Yeah, I got you. I totally forgot fun facts last week, and they're my favorite, you know.
On July 9th, 1956, Horn was fired following a drunk driving arrest and was also reportedly involved in a prostitution ring for which he faced morality charges.
Naughty.
WFIL and its co-owner Walter Annenberg's The Philadelphia Inquirer were running a series on drunk drivers at the time of Horn's arrest. Mammarello temporarily placed Horn before the job went to Dick Clark permanently.
It was destiny.
Yes.
That poor guy had to get a DUI.
Yeah. And prostitution charges.
Well, yeah, he probably didn't have to get that one, but
And maybe Dick Clark set him up. In late spring of 1957, ABC asked its owned and operated stations and affiliates for programming suggestions to fill their 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time slot. In Philadelphia, WFIL was already preempting ABC programming with Bandstand. Clark presented the show to ABC President Thomas W. Moore, and after negotiations, it was picked up for national broadcast, becoming American Bandstand on August 5th, 1957, hosted by Dick Clark.
awesome.
One show from this first season of American Bandstand in December of 57, identified as second national broadcast, is preserved in the archives of the Museum of Broadcast Communications in Chicago. A half-hour evening version of American Bandstand aired on Monday nights from 7:30 to 8 p.m., beginning on October 7th, 1957. It was preceding the Guy Mitchell Show. Both shows received low ratings and were canceled shortly after their debut. People just were not ready for dancing at night.
I was watching CBS Sunday Mornings this week, and that news show, they do like lots of you're gonna have to delete out this more stories than news type things.
Right.
And one of the things that they brought up was that the news, and I'm not going to remember how long ago it was, but it was this week, went from 15-minute segments to a half an hour. And it was such a big deal. Like, they showed the intro, like, your first half-hour evening news.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know. But I guess back then you didn't really get a lot of news from elsewhere. Probably 15 minutes
true.
took it all.
Took it all. Especially around here. I can't imagine that they've been able to fill more than 15 minutes here. I remember as a kid, like, it was like 15 minutes of like national news and like what's going on the other side of the bridge. And then it would be like 5 minutes of like chicken news. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what's going on?
I got
with
stuck
chicken?
behind a chicken truck on the way down here
I hate
today.
that.
I know, they're so slow.
And then Scorchy would come on.
Oh, Scorchy.
I know. I don't like his grandson.
No.
It's just not the same.
It's the same thing with Steve Irwin and his
Irwin
and his children. Like his son,
he's okay.
I mean, good for him, and I'm happy for him, but he's not his dad.
Yeah, it's just
The nostalgia thing.
Scorchy had the I know you people who are not from here. He was this old
Sussex County. Maryland,
I mean,
Eastern Shore.
So such an accent, and he had like you could barely understand what he was saying. If you're not from here, you probably can't understand a single word he says. But his catchphrase was he was wandering this Delmarvelous land.
Yes.
Because we are Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. It's called Delmarva.
Yes.
It's not the Delmarva. It's either the Delmarva Peninsula or just
Or it's
Delmarva.
Yes. And that's your geography lesson for today.
It drives me insane when they say the Delmarva. It's not.
Well, it's the same as the people that call Lewis Lose.
Oh, God. I'm going to lose. Who's Lou? I don't know where Lou is.
Is he cooking you dinner?
Yeah, that's nice. The program was broadcast live on weekday afternoons, and by 1959, the show had a national audience of approximately 20 million viewers.
Wow.
I know. In the fall of 1961, ABC truncated American Bandstand's airtime from 90 to 60 minutes, which 90 minutes I feel like is way too long.
Yeah. I mean, I could have watched it for 90 minutes, but
That's too long.
I'm just, yeah.
And it was then airing 4 to 5 p.m. Then even further as a daily half hour from 4 to 4:30. Program in September of 62. Beginning in early 63, all 5 shows for the upcoming week were videotaped the previous Saturday.
Ooh.
The use of videotape allowed Clark to produce and host a series of concert tours based on the success of American Bandstand and pursue other broadcast interests. In September of 63, American Bandstand shifted from a weekly schedule to weekly broadcast format, airing every Saturday afternoon in a reinstated 1-hour time slot, returning to the format used in earlier broadcasts. When WFIL moved to a new facility on City Line Avenue, the new facility lacked a studio that could accommodate the show. ABC moved production of Bandstand to the ABC Television Center in Los Angeles, now known as the Prospect Studios.
Boo.
On February 8th, 1964. Prior to the move, Bandstand featured many of its up-and-coming acts from Philadelphia's Cameo Parkway Records. The move to California coincided with a downturn in Cameo Parkway Records' influence, which diminished the exposure of many of its artists. The program was filmed in color starting on September 9th, 1967. The typical production schedule consisted of videotaping 3 shows on a Saturday and 3 shows on a Sunday every 6 weeks.
And then you got to work all weekend.
I know. Well, but then you had all week off.
No.
On September 13th, 1969, the bandstand set was given a complete overhaul, and Les Elgert's big band version of Bandstand Boogie was replaced by a new theme composed by Mike Curb. The AB logo was replaced with the stylized AB logo, capitalized, which remained in use and was used for the remainder of the show's run. The set and theme music were used until August 31st, 1974, right before I was born.
A year after I was born.
When the show unveiled a new set and updated version of Bandstand Boogie. For a brief time in 73, Bandstand alternated its time slot with Soul Unlimited, a show featuring soul music that was hosted by Buster Jones. Soul Unlimited faced criticism from some African-American viewers who questioned Clark's role as a white producer and accused the show of reinforcing racial stereotypes. Don Cornelius, the creator and host of Soul Train, along with Jesse Jackson, publicly opposed Clark's involvement in the new program, and it was canceled within weeks.
I love Don Cornelius.
Set pieces from Soul Unlimited were utilized by Bandstand for 74 through 78 set design. Now let's get caught up to when we would watch it. During the early 80s, American Bandstand experienced a steady decline in ratings. This was largely due to increased competition from emerging music television formats such as MTV, as well as a growing number of music programs across other networks. Many ABC affiliates began preempting or rescheduling the show, further reducing its viewership. Additionally, the show's time slot was frequently overtaken by college football broadcasts, which had expanded significantly following a 1984 court-ordered deregulation. In December of 85, American Bandstand aired a special 33 1/3 anniversary broadcast on ABC. The show featured performances by numerous recording artists, guest appearances, and archival footage from past screenings. Performing artists included Rod Stewart, Dionne Warwick, and Donna Summer. September 13th, 1986, ABC reduced Bandstand from a full hour to 30 minutes at Clark's request. In September of 87, the final ABC installment with Laura Branigan performed Shattered Glass aired.
It's crazy how much it changed, like the time and
I'll get into why.
this. Okay.
Hey, our thanks to Laura Branigan for joining us here on American Bandstand today. I hope you've had a good half hour. Come and join us 2 weeks from today for our version of American Bandstand on Saturday, September 9th. We'll see you then. In the meantime, have a wonderful week or two. We'll see you the next time on American Bandstand. For now, Dick Clark on ABC. So long. That was Dick Clark's final message on the final episode of American Bandstand to be broadcast on ABC. September 5th, 1987.
It wasn't very exciting.
And they didn't know. 2 weeks later, Bandstand moved to first run syndication. Syndicated episodes aired on the week of September 19th, 87. The run was short-lived, lasting until June of 88. After a 10-month hiatus, Bandstand moved to cable on USA Network, with comedian David Hirsch taking over as host. In another format shift, the show was shot outdoors at Universal Studios Hollywood. Clark remained with the show, serving as its executive producer. So, like, literally, that was his last time on American. That's what he went out with.
That's
So lame. Why didn't you come back on and do something?
that is like a lame fact.
I know. That is an unfun fact. The iteration of the show, however, was also brief, lasting 26 weeks before it was canceled. Its final show, with the Cover Girls performing My Heart Skips a Beat and We Can't Go Wrong, aired on October 7th, 1989, ending the show's 37-year run.
My heart skips a beat every time we meet.
Well, it's our last show here on Bandstand.
I'm so in love with
I really want to thank the viewers who have kept American Bandstand on the air all these years. Dick Clark, wherever you are, we miss you. I tried my best to fill your shoes, and I hope I have lived up to what you were expecting of me. American Bandstand will be back someday, I assure you. I'm David Hirsch, and on behalf of American Bandstand, I bid you for the last time, goodbye. And that was Dave Hirsch signing off the last time on American Bandstand's final regular episode on October 7th, 1989.
Well, that was lame too, and he knew he was going off the air. Dick Clark would have crushed that.
Yeah. On May 3rd, 2002, Dick Clark hosted a one-off special 50th anniversary edition on ABC. Michael Jackson, a frequent Bandstand guest, performed Dangerous. The Village People performed their signature song,
YMCA.
for the audience in Pasadena, California. Other performers, including Brandy, members of Kiss, Dennis Quaid and his band, The Sharks, Cher, and Stevie Wonder performed in honor of the long-running program.
Oh, that is quite an eclectic group.
So, controversy. I know. Crazy, right?
I do love controversy.
Originally located in Philadelphia, Bandstand was influenced by racial segregation laws in nearby Maryland and Delaware. Although the show...
Go Delaware.
No, it was
Oh,
not.
bad Delaware.
Yeah, we had segregation laws here. Although the show was never explicitly segregated and featured black R&B performers such as the Chords, producers sought to increase marketability in segregated states and avoid alienating white viewers by effectively segregating the audience beginning in 1954.
Ew.
Policies to limit black attendance, including abolishing first-come, first-served ticketing for local residents, favoring repeat attendees in ticket allocation, promoting tickets in majority white suburbs, and only responding to mail-in ticket requests from individuals with European surnames.
Well, now I feel dirty for watching American Bandstand. Thanks.
In response, black teenagers began requesting tickets under assumed names to gain admission, but often faced harassment and conflicts with white audience members. Concerned about the potential impact of these incidents on advertisers and audience participation, Bandstand producers petitioned the Philadelphia Commission on Human Relations to investigate. Bob Horn and other producers testified that the show did not have any discriminatory policies. And in 1955, the commission concluded that although admission policies and the resulting conflicts led to the absence of Negroes from attendance, there was insufficient grounds for a discrimination lawsuit.
Let me guess. Everybody that was making that decision was white.
Probably.
Yeah.
It didn't specifically say that, but I think it's a limb we could all go out on. Dick Clark claimed in his autobiography that he was responsible for desegregating the show's audience shortly after taking over in 1957. However, review of footage of the show's audience reveals that it remained almost exclusively white until it relocated to Los Angeles in 1964.
Well, I mean, hopefully he did want change.
In 2004, Dick Clark...
She's going to hurt my feelings.
No, I'm not. In 2004, Dick Clark, with the help of Ryan Seacrest, announced plans to revive the show in time for the 2005 season. Although this did not occur due in part to Clark suffering a severe stroke in late 2004, one segment of the revived Bandstand eventually became the series So You Think You Can Dance, which is one of my favorite shows.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I fucking love that show.
But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Ryan Seacrest is a lab-created clone. That dude is fucking everywhere.
Yes.
And nobody wants it.
You should sometime go back and watch, I don't think it's on anymore, but So You Think You Can Dance? It's like American Idol for dancing. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Some of the people that come, like, you remember Ellen's, who committed suicide, Twitch? Him and his wife were both on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could dance.
Yes. He didn't win, but he came real close. The first season is probably one of the best dance shows, I think. It's amazing. It's a really good show.
All right.
Dick Clark died on April 18th, 2012 at the age of 82. Freddie Cannon holds the record for the most appearances with 110.
I don't know if I know who Freddie Cannon is.
I don't either.
That name doesn't sound remotely familiar.
I totally forgot to look him up.
So we took a little pause here to look up Freddie Cannon, and his biggest international hits included Tallahassee Lassie, Way Down Yonder in New Orleans.
Not on the Chattahoochee.
Not the Chattahoochee. And Palisades Park, which we have never heard of any of these. And like my dad's a big music guy. Like I listened to a lot of the old stuff back then. Yeah, nothing. So if you really like him, let us know what we're missing out on. But I'm just thinking he's a whore for American Bandstand.
Probably just didn't have anything else to do.
They probably paid like $25 every time he came on. Yeah. And he needed the money.
He was probably like, when people cancel, he was probably who they called.
Yeah.
Just a quick shout out to one of our favorite sponsors, Old Glory. If your wardrobe is 40% pop culture references and 60% emotional baggage, they've got you covered.
They've got band tees, horror merch, feminist icons, retro cartoons, basically everything you wish you still had from your high school closet, but now in adult sizes and emotional stability.
Use code LikeWhatever for 15% off at oldglory.com because nostalgia should be wearable and slightly ironic. So, the next one. Soul Train.
You know what? I like Soul Train better than I like American Bandstand. Yes. Because those people could actually dance. Yes. And by those people, I didn't mean anything. I just meant people on Soul Train could dance.
1971 to 2006 is when Soul Train aired. Created by Don Cornelius. Became a symbol of Black culture worldwide. As one scholar put it, if aliens came down and asked what blackness is, you should show them Soul Train. Yeah.
A little racist.
Yeah. The origins, well, that was probably in 1960, whatever I said.
Oh, it's probably a compliment back then.
The origins of Soul Train can be traced to 1965 when WCIU TV, an upstart UHF station in Chicago, began airing two youth-oriented dance programs, Kitty A Go-Go and Red Hot and Blues. And let's just take a second to remember UHF channels.
Right.
I forgot about UHF channels.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I literally not thought of it until you just said that.
So we'll just take a moment for the UHF stations.
Yeah, well, while we're taking a moment, I need to bring up Dave Chappelle again because I freaking love his show. And you just reminded me with the whole Soul Train and all that stuff. He did a skit of if a black person got arrested and treated like a white person versus a white person getting arrested and treated like a black person. That shit was fucking funny, but so spot on.
Yeah. I can imagine.
So spot on. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. These programs, specifically the latter, which was Red Hot and Blues, featured a predominantly African-American group of in-studio dancers and would set the stage for what was to come to the station several years later. Don Cornelius, a news reader and backup disc jockey at Chicago radio station WVON, was hired by WCIU in 1967 as a news and sports reporter. Cornelius also was promoting and emceeing a touring series of concerts featuring local talent, sometimes called record hops, at Chicago area high schools, calling his traveling caravan of shows the Soul Train, and in 1970 allowed him the opportunity to bring his road show to television.
That is so cool. Don Cornelius is so smooth, man.
Yes.
You remember him with the gold frame, square glasses?
I was actually watching last night some Soul Train.
No, I haven't seen it forever.
In my research. It kept coming on the YouTube. After securing a sponsorship deal with the Chicago-based retailer Sears, Roebuck and Company, Soul Train premiered on WCIU on August 17th, 1970 as a live show airing weekday afternoons. Beginning as a low-budget affair in black and white, the first episode of the program featured Jerry Butler, the Chi-Lites, and the Emotions as guests.
I think I've heard of the Emotions.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the other two.
Me either. Cornelius, but I wasn't really into, my parents didn't listen to.
Oh, yeah. Your parents were hippies.
Yeah. They listened to, my dad listens to rock.
My dad was
acid
doo-wop,
rock. Yeah.
Rock.
It's because we're white people.
Well, I'm white too, but.
Cornelius. I'm just saying. My parents don't have a lot of soul.
Oh.
It's Pink Floyd. All day, every day.
Yeah, when I was here before you got here.
Were they playing Pink Floyd?
Your dad came home. Well, they weren't playing anything. Then your dad came home and I heard your mom say, Nicole's here. And then I heard Comfortably Numb. I was like, okay, Dave's home.
Yep. Cornelius was assisted by Clinton Gent, a local professional dancer who appeared on early episodes before moving behind the scenes as a producer and secondary host. The program's immediate success attracted the attention of another locally based firm, the Johnson Products Company, manufacturers of the Afro Sheen line of hair care products, and they later agreed to co-sponsor the program's expansion into broadcast syndication. Cornelius and Soul Train's syndicator targeted 25 markets outside of Chicago to carry the show.
Damn.
But stations in only 7 other cities, Atlanta, Birmingham, Cleveland, Detroit, Houston, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia, purchased the program, which began airing on a weekly basis on October 2nd, 1971. By the end of the first season, Soul Train was on in the other 18 markets.
Nice.
At the time, there were no other commercial television programs being produced by black people for a black audience. The only nationally available show by black for black at the time was the public television series Soul.
Gosh, can you imagine? I mean, it's already pretty heavy-sided, although it's getting better.
White.
It's pretty heavy-sided white, but I feel like there are more black shows, but I don't know that they're necessarily realistic.
Yeah.
And I also heard, I'll never forget when they first did this. I mean, it was some years, maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe longer. I don't know. I have no concept of time. But Chris Rock said that they say that they're giving more diversity in commercials and TV shows. And he's like, but they're not. They're just giving you mixed couples. So they're keeping the white one there and then just adding another one. Nope. It's not actually about black people.
Nope.
Yeah.
When the program moved into syndication, its home base was also shifted to Los Angeles, where it remained for the duration of its run. Soul Train was part of a national trend towards syndicated music-oriented programs targeted at niche audiences. 2 other network series, Hee Haw for country music and The Lawrence Welk Show for traditional music,
I gotta admit, I fucking love Hee
I
Haw.
liked
But my parents watched it, and it was funny.
I watched Hee Haw.
I don't remember the music stuff.
I don't
mostly
remember the
remember
Yeah.
the skits.
Yeah.
Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone?
I don't remember it that well.
That was the one where the one guy was standing facing and the other guy was standing with his back, and then they'd flip and sing.
The only one I remember, was there a blonde with pigtails and
Yes.
missing a tooth?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one I remember.
I don't remember if that show was racist. I have no
I imagine
idea.
that it was. I can only guess.
Well, yeah.
I didn't look.
I don't know if there were any black folks on there, though.
there
or not.
was, I'm sure.
Right. Well, I mean, they might have brought one on to make fun of.
Maybe.
But, yeah. I don't know.
I don't either.
But as a kid, like, yeah, a lot of songs stuck in my head from Hee Haw.
I don't remember. Though Don Cornelius moved his operation west, a local version of Soul Train continued in Chicago. Cornelius hosted both the local Chicago-based and national Los Angeles-based programs simultaneously, but soon focused his attention solely on the national edition. He continued to oversee production in Chicago, where Clinton Gant hosted episodes on WCIU until 1976, followed by 3 years of once-weekly reruns. The syndicated version was picked up in the Chicago market by CBS-owned WBBM TV, and at its launch. The program moved to WGN in 1977 and remained there for the rest of its Chicago run. Don Cornelius hosted every episode of Soul Train from 1970 to 1993, except for Richard Pryor, who hosted the final episode of season 4, 74 to 75. Beginning in season 15, 85 to 86, Tribune Entertainment acquired the syndication contract. Tribune Entertainment continued producing Soul Train until the end of the show's run on March 25th, 2006. Which this I did not know, and I'm going to have to tell you, this person, I mean, he's a real close number 2 to Johnny Depp.
Oh.
Shamar Moore hosted Soul Train from 2000 to 2003.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say LL.
Oh, I forgot. No, I think Shamar beats out
Yeah,
LL.
he never did anything for me.
God.
I know a lot of,
I think it's because
and I can see that he's pretty.
I think it's not just that he's pretty. I mean, he is pretty. I think it's the character that he plays on was it Criminal Minds? It's Criminal Minds.
I think so, yeah. I never watched that show, so.
It's the way he treats I used to watch it regularly, but you all know who it is. The way he treats her.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
Yeah, I get that. I've fallen in love with actors because of a character.
I think it's that character. He calls her baby girl, and he just. I think that's what. Anyway, I digress. Shamar Moore hosted Soul Train from 2000 to 2003, which I meant to look that up so I could watch Shamar Moore host Soul Train because I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't remember that.
Don Cornelius stopped hosting after 22 seasons, though he remained the show's main creative force from behind the scenes. The following fall, Soul Train began using celebrity hosts until comedian Maestro Clark took over as the host in 1997. Shamar Moore took over as the host in 2000. In 2003, Dorian Gregory took over as the host and stayed until the end of the show's run in 2006. Production of first-run Soul Train episodes was suspended at the conclusion of the 2005-2006 season, the show's 35th, in place of new content for 2 seasons starting in 2006-2007. The program aired archived episodes under the title The Best of Soul Train. This was because in later years, Nielsen ratings dropped to below 1.0. Most of the stations that aired Soul Train by that point were either Fox Television affiliates or independent stations that would later become affiliates of the WB or the UPN. And in the process, some of the stations which had been airing Soul Train on Saturday afternoons started rescheduling the program to overnight time slots.
Cool.
Yeah, that kills a show.
Yeah.
The future of Soul Train was uncertain with the announced closing of Tribune Entertainment in December 2007, which left Don Cornelius Productions to seek a new distributor for the program. He soon secured a deal with Trifecta Entertainment and Media When Don Cornelius Productions still owned the program, clips of the show's performance and interviews were kept away from online video sites such as YouTube, owing to copyright infringement claims. Cornelius also frowned upon the unauthorized distribution of Soul Train episodes through the sale of third-party VHS or DVD compilations. In May 2008, Cornelius sold the rights to the Soul Train library to Mad Vision Entertainment, whose principal partners came from the entertainment and publishing fields. The price and terms of the deal were not disclosed. However, by the start of the 2008-09 television series season, the Tribune Broadcasting owned stations, including national carrier WGN America, that had been the linchpin of the show's syndication efforts, dropped the program, and many others followed. Soul Train's website acknowledged that the program had ceased distribution on September 22nd, 2008.
Yeah, I guess dance shows really had kind of run their
They had run their
course, and reality TV was starting around then.
Yeah.
I think. Weren't the Kardashians back then?
I don't remember when the Kardashians started.
I think it was a long time ago.
It was a long time. I know it was a long time ago. Following the purchase of Mad Vision, the Soul Train archives were exposed to new forms of distribution. In April 2009, Mad Vision launched a Soul Train channel on YouTube. 3 months later, the company entered into a licensing agreement with Time Life to distribute Soul Train DVD sets. Mad Vision then came to terms with Paramount Global-owned BET to relaunch the Soul Train Music Awards for BET's spin-off channel Centric in November of 2009. Centric would broadcast archived episodes of the program, and you can also see archived episodes on Bounce TV. Mad Vision sold the rights to Soul Train in 2011 to a consortium led by basketball player Magic Johnson and backed by private equity firm Intermedia Partners. The Johnson Intermediate Consortium planned on a potential film project that Cornelius had briefly mentioned prior to selling the franchise, as well as producing potential stage adaptations and a cruise. As part of the sale, Johnson's Aspire TV channel also began airing reruns of the series. Cornelius continued to appear for Soul Train documentaries and ceremonies until his death by suicide in February of 2012.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. In 2013, Centric began presenting a cruise-based revival marketing as Soul Train Cruise. All rights and trademarks to the Soul Train brand, including the show's extensive library, the annual cruise event, and the award shows, are under the ownership of Paramount Global after its Paramount Media Networks division acquired the franchise in 2016. Some commentators have called Soul Train a Black American Bandstand, another long-running program. Cornelius acknowledged Bandstand as a model for his programs as the years advanced, and Soul Train evolved into a tradition in its own right. He tended to bristle at the Bandstand comparison.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't think it was really anything like Bandstand. And the absolute best part of that show is the end, with the dance line where everybody lines up and they each take turns coming down. I would, oh my God, I would have done anything to get in that dance line when I was little.
I like that.
It was the best.
In 1973, Dick Clark, host and producer of Bandstand, launched Soul Unlimited. Oh, we talked about that. Dick Clark and Don Cornelius later agreed to work together on a series of network specials featuring R&B and soul artists. Cornelius was relatively conservative in his musical tastes and admitted he was not a fan of the emerging hip-hop genre, believing that the genre did not reflect positively on African-American culture. Even though Cornelius featured rap artists on Soul Train frequently during the 80s, he publicly would admit to the artist faces, such as Curtis Blow, that the genre was one that he did not understand. As rap continued to move further toward hardcore hip-hop, Cornelius admitted to being frightened by the antics of groups such as Public Enemy.
I could see that. It's a generational thing.
Yeah.
Like, every generation is scared of what their kids are listening to. And it was so different. Like, that revolution was so big and so different.
Yes.
But it all got its roots in
the
music Don Cornelius was playing. So
Rosie Perez testified in the 2010 VH1 documentary Soul Train, The Hippest Trip in America, that Cornelius also disliked seeing the show's dancers perform sexually suggestive East Coast dance moves. Cornelius admittedly had rap artists on the show only because the genre was becoming popular among his African-American audiences, though the decision alienated middle-aged, more affluent African-Americans like himself. This disconnect, which was openly mocked in an In Living Color sketch titled Old Train, where Cornelius and the show were lampooned as extremely old and out of touch. Eventually, it led to Cornelius stepping down as host in the early 90s, and the show losing its influence. And yes, Rosie Perez got famous on Soul Train.
I mean, I love Rosie Perez, first of all. And I think Cornelius was just intimidated by them booties.
Probably.
That's not how a lady is supposed to act.
Questlove, drummer for hip-hop band The Roots and a fan of the program, authored a book chronicling Soul Train titled Soul Train, The Music, Dance, and Style of a Generation, and was published in 2013.
Questlove is everywhere, too.
Yes.
Not that that's a bad thing, but he is everywhere.
Rosie Perez, Demita Jo Freeman, Darnell Williams, Cheryl Song, Louis Ski Carr, Alfie Lewis, Pat Davis, Madam Butterfly, Elise McHale, Andrea Ann Miles, Carmen Electra, Nick Cannon, Vivica A. Fox, MC Hammer, Jermaine Stewart, Heather Hunter, Fred Berry, Laurianne Gibson, Pebbles, and NFL legend Walter Payton were among those who got noticed dancing on the program over the years.
Walter Payton.
Well, he won that. Didn't he win a Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah.
No.
Who did he play for? Did he
The Bears.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Did he do the shuffle?
No, he's the only one that would refuse to do it.
And then he went on Soul Train?
And you can learn about that on our Super episode, the Super Bowl episode, which was something about a superb owl because you can't say Super Bowl.
Yeah. And also, while we're talking about Super Bowls, we get to drop the banner with Dallas in town on Thursday.
Taylor Swift got a ring before Dallas. Two former dancers, Jody Watley and Jeffrey Daniel, enjoyed years of success as members of the R&B group Shalimar after they were chosen by Soul Train talent booker, record promoter Dick Griffey, and Cornelius to replace the group's original session singers in 1978. Each musical guest usually performed twice on each program. After the first number, they were joined by the program host on stage for a brief interview. Soul Train was also known for two popular catchphrases referring to itself as the hippest trip in America at the beginning of the show and closing the program with, and you can bet your last money it's all gonna be a stone gas, honey.
That's right.
I'm Don Cornelius, and as always, in parting, we wish you love, peace, and soul. In 2019, BET selected various historic guest stars as most memorable Soul Train performances. The lists include Gladys Knight and the Jackson 5, among others. In 1985, Cornelius gave permission for a version of the show in the United Kingdom. The British version, hosted by former Soul Train dancer and member of Shalimar Jeffrey Daniel, was titled 620 Soul Train and ran for one series on Channel 4. In 87, Soul Train launched the Soul Train Music Awards, which honored the top performances on R&B, hip-hop, and gospel music. Soul Train then produced the short-lived Soul Train Comedy Awards in 93, which discontinued that same year. It also created two annual specials. The Soul Train Lady of Soul Awards, first airing in 95, celebrated top achievements by female performers, and the Soul Train Christmas Starfest, which premiered in 98, featuring holiday music performed by a variety of R&B and gospel artists. The Lady of Soul Awards and Christmas Starfest programs last aired in 2005 before emerging again years later. In April 2008, Don Cornelius announced that year's Soul Train Music Awards ceremony had been canceled. He cited the Writers Guild of America strike as one of the reasons.
Speaking of music awards, I think that's what you were talking about. Whichever music awards are coming up, maybe it's MTV. It's not the Grammys, because I think Grammys and Oscars and all those fall in like January, February, or
Yes.
after the Super Bowl is when they go. So it must be MTV, but they're giving away the first Latin Achievement Award, and Ricky Martin is getting it.
I know something about Ricky Martin later.
Oh, look at
I
that.
know, I got to move on here.
Okay.
I got to get off the Soul Train.
It's so hard, though.
My last thing about the Soul Train is in 2024, fantasy comedy film Beetlejuice included a sequence that pays direct homage to the show, including a group of people in the afterlife dancing on a train platform as they await the arrival of the Soul Train.
Yep.
Conducted by an entity strongly resembling Cornelius, as music evocative of Soul Train's theme played on the soundtrack. So, did not think I was going to be going this long. Solid Gold, hosted by Dionne Warwick and Marilyn McCoo, as well as others.
I hadn't even thought of that one.
It's an American syndicated music television program that debuted on September 13th, 1980, and ran until July 23rd, 1988. The program was a production of Brad Leckman Productions in association with Operation Primetime and Paramount Domestic Television. Solid Gold featured a weekly rundown of the top 10 hits in the pop cult charts for the week, similar to America's Top 10, which also premiered in 1980. It also featured music artists performing their hits in studio in the vein of American Bandstand, although there were some cases where a song was actually performed live, like on American Bandstand. Artists featured on Solid Gold would almost always perform lip-syncing over a record of their song. In fact, on most of the first 5 seasons of episodes, the only song that was sung live was the show's theme song, which was written by Academy Award-winning songwriter Dean Pitchford, along with Michael Miller. One thing Solid Gold had that its counterparts lacked was a dance troupe that performed heavily choreographed routines to the songs featured on the weekly countdown. The Solid Gold dancers, as they came to be known, were led for the most part by Darcel Wynn, who had previously performed theatrical in several musicals and in films such as Xanadu.
Ooh, I love Xanadu. It's so funny, though. I remember Solid Gold. I remember Dionne Warwick hosted it. I remember the Solid Gold dancers, but I cannot picture that show, like the stage or an episode, for the life of me.
I can't either. Dionne Warwick was the original host of the program, hosting for the first season. Warwick's involvement with the program actually began 7 months before it premiered in early 80. A one-off special was commissioned to honor the performers behind the top songs on the 79 pop chart, titled Solid Gold 79 and taped at NBC Studios. Warwick and Glenn Campbell hosted the program. The reception from viewers led to Solid Gold being picked up for the fall of 1980 as a weekly series produced by Operation Primetime for Paramount Television Services.
All right, so I have a funny Glenn Campbell story that is just a very small little memory, but I was a little kid. My mom had a friend. I don't even think she lived in the state. We were visiting her, and she was a nurse. And she said she had, all right, now this was like back in the 70s, like seriously, like the statute of limitations is over. But Glenn Campbell was in her hospital and she had to take him in the elevator and he was unconscious on his.
Oh.
And she took a little peeky peek at what was under the sheet. And I was too young to even know what that meant, but I still remember the story.
That's funny. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yeah, well, I can't say I blame her. I mean, not Glenn Campbell, but
I get it.
yeah, it's just you and him in the elevator. Until you start telling everybody.
That's something you're supposed to keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Take it to the grave, kids.
Yeah, especially don't tell it in front of a child because
They repeat everything.
even at 52 years old, they still repeat it.
I know. My mom, if she ever listened to any of this, the Dragon's Dream episode, she would punch me in the face.
Oh, thank God she won't.
No, she will never.
Never.
In 1981, Warwick was replaced by Marilyn McCoo, formerly of The Fifth Dimension, as host, with Andy Gibb joining as her co-host. The pairing only lasted 1 year as Gibb's continued issue with substance abuse forced Paramount to fire him. Actor Rex Smith took over for Gibb in 82, while McCoo hosted the 83-84 season by herself. Rick Dees, I know, the host of the weekly Top 40 radio countdown show, joined Solid Gold in the fall of 84 and hosted until the summer of 85. After a series of guest hosts filled out the summer months, Dionne Warwick returned as host in the fall of 85 and remained until the end of the season. Marilyn McCoo returned in 86 and was joined by former MTV host Nina Blackwood. Arsenio Hall, who had been a part of the show since 1984, was promoted to serve as a second co-host. All three would remain in these roles until Solid Gold came to an end in July of 88.
Yeah, they just hit that wall where nobody was watching them anymore.
Los Angeles disc jockey Robert W. Morgan was the original announcer for Solid Gold, running for 7 seasons before leaving in 86. Charlie O'Donnell, the announcer for American Bandstand, replaced Morgan, but only stayed on until the end of 86-87 season, with Chuck Riley standing in for 1 episode. The final season was announced by Dick Tuffield. Approximately halfway through each program, the show broke format briefly for a stand-up comedy performance. Comedian Marty Cohen was an early regular featured performer on Solid Gold, as was Waylon Flowers. Arsenio Hall was a regular performer before taking over as co-host in 86, while other comedians featured included Jeff Altman and Byron Allen. For the 87-88 season, the format was overhauled entirely, with the focus instead being on performances rather than the weekly countdown. The show changed its name to Solid Gold in concert for the year to indicate the new emphasis. While Solid Gold dancers still were a part of the proceedings, they did not perform as often over the course of a program due to more time being given to the week's featured performer.
Like, you'd think I would remember the Solid Gold dancers because dancing is my thing. And, like, I remember the Living Color dancers. Like,
yeah,
that's where I fell in love with Jennifer Lopez, although I don't really care for her anymore. But for a long time I did.
I know. I remember.
I think she's just become an asshole now, but whatever. Maybe she's not. I don't know. I don't know her. She was a good fly girl.
She was.
And she was in a Janet Jackson video. That's the way love goes. That's when she was Jenny from the block.
She was Jenny from the block. She no longer is.
Now she's a full-blown diva.
Yep. Dancing on Air broadcast from October 12th, 1981 to December 31st, 1987.
I remember Dancing on Air, too.
The program reached 7 East Coast states. It was usually broadcast live Monday through Friday, WPHL TV studios in Philadelphia, but occasionally broadcast live on location from other locations such as Penn's Landing in Philadelphia, Ocean City, New Jersey, Wildwood, New Jersey, Six Flags Great Adventure, Dorney Park, and Wildwater Kingdom and Hershey Park.
Man, they really branched out.
Known for its chaotic energy and DIY.
Nothing more than a half-hour drive for us to do these.
Right. Known for its chaotic energy and DIY aesthetic, Dancing on Air was a 1980s television dance music reality show. It was the forerunner of the TV show Dance Party USA of the same genre. Both shows were produced and created by Michael Neese and his father, Frank. The show started with $100,000 from a small group of investors that included the Tonight Show band leader, Doc Severinsen.
Oh, I remember him.
The program earned 128% return on investment within the first 6 months. Dancing on Air was shot live at WPHL TV channel 17 studios in Philadelphia. The production staff worked out of the Neese production offices and studios located in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah, don't go to Camden.
Do not go to Camden.
I got lost in Camden after a concert once at like midnight. We had seen John Mayer in Train of all things, and now I am lost in Camden. And the person I went with was schnockered. And I'm horrible with directions. So I literally was just driving around the same block. It was like, oh, look, it's Big Ben. Because I had no idea. There was this building, I'll never forget. And it had some sort of light feature on it for whatever. And it would change colors. And it was a skyscraper. And that was my Big Ben. I just kept fucking driving past that thing. Like, I don't know what's going to happen here, but keep the doors locked. That's all I know.
In 1986, Dancing on Air was syndicated by KDOC TV in Los Angeles. The show doubled KDOC's ratings in its first week and was then picked up by the fledgling USA Network. Shortly thereafter, USA Network hired the Neeses to produce Dance Party USA for the network. 2 years later, Michael Neese learned from USA Network that his production company was chosen over Dick Clark to produce Dance Party USA for the USA Network. During the 86 and 87, the Dancing on Air studio and set was the same one used for Dance Party USA. As a result, during the 86-87 season, audiences saw the same regulars, guest dancers, and celebrities on both shows on the same day.
That's so sad. I don't remember Dance Party USA.
Okay, so the studio, it's not technically in where they filmed it was not technically in Philadelphia.
Okay.
It was just outside.
Okay.
Right near my aunt's house.
Oh.
Yeah. And
didn't you go?
I wanted to go and no one would let me.
Meanies.
God damn it. I could have been on Dancing on the Air.
Parents just don't understand.
No. Man. Some of the adult hosts of the show included Eddie Bruce, Bill O'Brien, Chris Train, Andy Gurry, Annette Godfrey, Christy Springfield, Mike Rossi, DJ Mike Rossi, and Dave Raymond, the original Philly fanatic. I wasn't sure if it was American Bandstand or this one.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah. Mike Rossi was a former dancer who transitioned to being a host and in 86 became one of the youngest hosts of a live daily television program in American TV history. Regular dancers included Kelly Ripa and Tom Verica.
I can't stand Kelly Ripa. I'm sorry. I don't know. She's too... They are cute, though. Whatever. Move on.
Performers on Dancing on the Air, some of whom also appeared on Dance Party USA, included Madonna in 83, her first television appearance. Will Smith as DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Parents just don't understand.
Duran Duran with their first American TV appearance. Menudo, including a young Ricky Martin. Stevie Wonder. Now, here's where it kind of goes off the rails for me. 9 Inch Nails.
Oh.
The Jets, New Edition, Sweet Sensation, LL Cool J, Expose, Jody Watley, New Kids on the Block, and many other popular recording artists of the era. And I'm sorry, but 9 Inch Nails does not fit in.
I guess Trent Reznor has soul. I don't know what to tell you.
Have you seen at the Philadelphia show recently, which I did not know they were going to be in Philadelphia. Otherwise, we'd have been going. Trent Reznor got distracted because there was a guy dressed as Santa crowd surfing. Yeah, and in the middle of Head Like a Hole, Trent just busts out laughing.
Is he from Philly?
I don't know. I don't know where Trent's from.
I'm Googling right now because I heard a Madonna song the other day I hadn't heard in a long time. And I can't remember which one it was.
So we did take a little teeny tiny break, and Trent Reznor is from the area.
Mercer, Pennsylvania.
And I'm also guessing that I must have seen him on there, and that is why I wanted to be on there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Big giant 9 Inch Nails fan.
Huge.
The show's theme song was written by Philadelphia writer-producer Dan McCowan and Michael Neese. The song was published by Neese Productions, Inc. Dan was also responsible for the show's entertainment division, Dancing on Air, would give selected unknown bands and artists an opportunity to perform in front of millions of dedicated viewers, and was responsible for launching the career of some today's major superstars. On July 23rd, 2011, PHL 17 re-aired Dancing on Air as part of a special marathon celebrating the show's 30th anniversary. During the marathon, special vignettes were featured with former regular dancers, host of the show, and executive producer Michael Neese sharing their memories, experience, and thoughts from the show, and also talked about how the show became a major influence and how it changed their lives. On November 4th, 2011, Mike Rossi, Princess, Jimmy Jam, Andy Gurry, and Eddie Bruce hosted a 30th reunion dance party celebration. The show was rated #1 in its time slot.
Damn.
On March 6, 2012, WPHL announced that Dancing on Air would return to the air on March 31st, where it would air Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. WRDW has been tapped as the official radio station for the program. Core group members include Brittany Taylor, Dan Marie, a bunch of other people that I don't know anything about. Mm-hmm. On January 27th, 2016, Dancing on Air returned to television on the cable music channel Fuse TV. The show was co-executive produced by Michael Neese and Crystal Eberts and directed by Michael Neese and Rob Schwartz. There was a reality show based on Dancing on Air called Saturday Morning Fever, which also aired on Fuse TV. But executive producer Michael Neese, Christy Eberts, and Tom Foreman, relatively real, both shows lasted only one season.
Yeah, I was going to say they were really trying to hold on to something that, beating a dead horse there. Remember when your biggest decision was which Lisa Frank folder to bring to homeroom? Well, now it's which handcrafted spirit to sip while doom scrolling your ex's LinkedIn. Introducing Garden State Distillery, where every bottle is grown here, made here, and tastes like New Jersey finally got its act together.
Whether you're reliving your mall goth phase or just trying to survive another PTA meeting, Garden State small batch spirits are your new emotional support beverage. Try the bottled cocktails because mixing drinks is for people who still believe in multitasking. Grab some merch so your hoodie can smell like rebellion and rosemary gin.
And because you're one of us, use code LikeWhateverPod for 15% off. Garden State Distillery, because therapy is expensive and this tastes better.
So we'll just briefly go over Dance Party USA because, like I just said, it was filmed in the same place with the same people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's really not much to talk about that one. It was syndicated in 86. But it's all the same hosts. It's pretty much exactly the same show, except it was called something different.
Okay.
One little fun fact, other than Kelly Ripa, was on there for 3 years as a dancer segment host. In 90, she landed what would be her most recognizable acting role, Haley Vaughn, on All My Children. Heather Henderson, known as Baby Heather on the show, is a professional burlesque singer, model, filmmaker, producer, and host for Ardent Atheists and Skeptically Yours podcasts.
That sounds fun.
I know. I have to look it up. She currently is a member of Penn Jillette's No Good Band and is a vocal activist for atheism and against psychics. Now,
so random.
they're like, if you ever see their show in Vegas, I don't know if they still do it. They show you exactly how psychics do it.
Oh,
I mean, he does it so perfectly to a random person in the audience. It's like, wow. I fucking love Penn and Teller. I know he was on Trump's, but
Oh, I didn't know that, but yeah,
he was on the show. I don't know if he's an atheist. I know that.
yeah, they are pretty awesome.
Now, this one I believe is the last one.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not, but it is. It's the last long one, and it's probably what we all collectively remember the best. Club MTV, hosted by downtown Julie Brown from August 31st, 1987 to June 26th, 1992. Club MTV was part of MTV's second generation of programming as the channel was phasing out its original 5 VJs and introducing new ones.
Remember when MTV had 2 VJs named Julie Brown?
Yes.
Like, why didn't they just have one of them change their name?
I don't,
Well, the Club TV Julie Brown
She
was
was
the first
downtown Julie
one.
Brown.
And then there was a redhead or something.
redhead, yes.
Why didn't they make her change her name?
I don't know.
It wasn't confusing, but it was just weird.
Hosted by downtown Julie Brown, Kevin Seal hosted the pilot at the Palladium, a large dance club in New York City. The show cut back and forth between teenagers and young adults dancing to a hit music video. Musical guests often introduced their brand new singles. From this came her famous catchphrase, "Wubba wubba 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 wubba," after she accidentally read the T-shirt of a camera guy who was holding the cue cards while on live TV. In July 89, MTV launched a Club MTV tour featuring Was Not Was, Information Society, Paula Abdul, Tone Loc, and Milli Vanilli, with downtown Julie Brown and the Club MTV dancers. And again, what the hell was Information Society doing in there?
Yeah, but I loved Paula
I want to
Abdul.
know what you're thinking. Information Society in there. In 91, Tommy Boy Records released the album Club MTV Party to Go Volume 1 on CD, cassette, vinyl, and Laserdisc.
Ooh,
The
fancy.
songs were continuously mixed. The track list is Turn This Mother Out by MC Hammer, Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. Feels Good by Tony. Knocked Out by Paul Abdul. Think by Information Society. Play That Funky Music by Vanilla Ice. Tom's Diner by DNA featuring Susanna Vega.
Yes.
Knockin' Boots by Candyman.
Yes.
The Humpty Dance by Digital Underground.
Yes. Remember Digital Underground and the pool hall when we went to UD?
Yes. So, funny story about the Humpty Dance. My sister, when she got older and had her house, she got chickens, and one of them turned out to be a rooster. They try and give you all girls, but I guess one ended. Anyway, so because they didn't know he was a rooster until way later, they named him Mrs. Doubtfire. And Mrs. Doubtfire would do the most hilarious dances to the ladies. So my sister, every time he would start, she would sing the Humpty Dance because that's exactly what it looked like.
And that was exactly her music.
Yes.
She was a sucker for a song with a dance to it.
Yep. Because he did limp to the side like his leg was broken.
Oh, that's awesome.
He did the Humpty Dance. And so every time she would stop what she was doing. Oh, Don't Want to Fall in Love by Jane Child. Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. March 20th, 2005, VH1 Classic aired a marathon of old Club MTV episodes. On April 25th, 2020, MTV brought Club MTV back for a special titled Club MTV Dance Together, hosted by D Nice and Keke Palmer. The one-night-only event served as a fundraising benefit to help music programs during the coronavirus pandemic. Also, I wanted to say, because I was when I was doing this, especially the Club MTV one, I was like, you know, why was it a thing that we had our own clubs?
Yeah.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
I was 16.
Under 21
yeah,
clubs.
I was 16. Under 21 clubs were literally everywhere.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot find one now. I mean,
and I love how they acted like we wouldn't be drinking and smoking weed
I
and
know.
taking drugs.
They just dropped.
They were like, oh, it's safe. They're under 21. They're good.
Yeah. I mean, I was driving, so nobody had to drop me off, but a lot of kids just got dropped. I mean,
Yeah.
especially because here we had two here. One in Rehoboth and one in Ocean City.
Yep.
And the one in Ocean City was called Nightlife, Nightlight. And the one in Rehoboth was called Rock Lobster first, and then it changed its name to Accelerate. That's where we went, Accelerate. Although I did go to Nightlight. It was stupid. But whatever. But we're in summer areas where it's a lot of tourists in the summer. So people would just let their kids. And then I remember once we were in Disney World and they had an under 21 club. And my mom and dad just.
That's our generation.
Just put
our
us-
parents were just like, hey,
I mean,
go
that's
on.
crazy.
Don't get kidnapped.
We had our own dance clubs, guys.
I'll pick you up sometime.
They don't do that anymore. They don't have their under.
They probably shouldn't.
No. They don't have their under 21 clubs.
It was not a pure environment.
No. So some lesser known ones that I had never actually heard of. Future Shock, 1976 to 1979, hosted by James Brown himself, was filmed in Georgia. Focused on emerging Black dance styles, music, and history. Included dance contests, interviews, and segments on African American culture.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
The Buddy Dean Show, 1957 to 1964. One market, not broadcasting Bandstand, was ABC's then Baltimore affiliate, WJZ, Channel 13.
Jay-Z.
You don't remember WJZ? You might not have gotten you probably got Philadelphia channels.
Yeah.
We got Baltimore and DC.
Yes, because I lived in Sussex County with my mom, but we only had an antenna and 3 channels.
Yes.
My dad had the cable, so that would have been...
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Our cable was Baltimore and Washington. So we had WJZ.
Okay.
Anyway, it chose to produce its own local dance show in the same afternoon time slot. Local radio disc jockey Buddy Dean was chosen as the host of the Buddy Dean Show. It began a daily 2-hour broadcast on September 9th, 1957. This led to competition between American Bandstand and the Buddy Dean Show. When performers who debuted on Bandstand first appeared on Dean's program, they were asked to not mention their prior appearance with Clark. The Buddy Dean Show aired until January 4th, 1964. It featured The Committee, a group of regular teen dancers, and it was canceled due to refusal to integrate black and white dancers. And it is also the inspiration for the movie and subsequent stage program Hairspray,
Oh,
because he's from Baltimore.
nice.
Club Dance, 91 to 99, a country western dance show on the Nashville Network, was filmed in Knoxville, Tennessee, with a mix of line dancing, two-step, and swing, featuring real people, not actors, often retirees and regional dancers. And I do remember that.
And Gen X would all be very good on that show because we all learned how to square dance in elementary school.
We did. We did. You are not wrong. Electric Circus, 88 to 2003, is a Canadian show on Much Music filmed in Toronto. Mixed live club dancing with music video countdowns. Known for its rave-inspired fashion and multicultural cast. The Canadians came in hot with the rave.
Those crazy Canadians.
And then the final one is, and I remember this one, Videopolis, 87 to 89, was on the Disney Channel dance show aimed at tweens and teens. Featured choreographed routines to pop hits, often with Disney stars. A strange but fascinating blend of Mickey Mouse Club energy and top 40 vibes.
My kids loved Mickey Mouse Club, so.
With
I don't
Britney and Justin Timberlake. Why? I don't know why. I just totally had a blank on it.
I don't remember the videology you said it was called.
Videopolis.
Videopolis. But I definitely didn't have Disney Channel anymore.
Well, you didn't have kids then. It was 87 to 89.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have been watching Disney at my dad's house.
No.
I did watch a lot of MTV.
I want to say that they aired it. I guess we did have the Disney Channel.
Well, I guess Disney stuff used to just be on network TV back then.
ABC. Oh, I don't know if it was ABC. They bought ABC. They ended up buying ABC.
What was The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights? Was that ABC?
I don't know. I feel like we did talk about that once, and then I don't know.
I think we did too.
I don't
I'm sure we're going to repeat ourselves
118 times.
at least.
So if you're like binging this, I'm so sorry. So that is dancing.
That was super fun.
Dance shows.
What a great topic. I loved it.
Thanks. I thought it was fun. Mm-hmm. And we're getting into, it's September now. Mm-hmm. The weather has been, just fucking fantastic.
It's perfect.
It is perfect. If
Yeah.
it was like this all the time here,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's just been amazing.
Yeah.
And we're getting, all the TV shows start back up and new
Thank
shows.
God. There's nothing to watch.
So I thought we'd just give her a little go-go.
I like it.
So thank you for listening. Mm-hmm. You can find us on all the socials where you should tell us about your favorite dance show or whether or not you think Nine Inch Nails should have been on Dance Party USA or Dancing in the USA or any dance party. I don't really think moshing.
Especially back then.
I had to be like headlight. It's fucking.
I can't fathom it.
No, it's not dance music. It's industrial. Whatever. It's mosh pit. Where were they moshing?
Yeah. I had my knees busted so many times standing on the
head
outer
like a
circle
hole.
of the mosh pit to head like a hole. I mean, I can still picture, smell, see all of it at Accelerate when Head Like a Hole came on. It's like everybody's head perks up like, what?
Yep.
In position.
Yep.
And the guys went into the mosh pit and everybody else circled around. People that were scared
When ministry would follow.
every time.
I can smell the club because I can smell the cloves.
Yes.
Fucking miss cloves so
That
much.
place was so smoky, and they did not have a smoke machine.
They did not have, no. It was all the goth kids. We smoke
Yep.
a lot.
Yep.
I told you about the socials.
Like, rate, review, please.
Like, rate, review, please. You can send us an email about your favorite dance program at likewhatever@gmail.com.
Like Whatever Pod.
Likewhateverpod@gmail.com. I closed my little script. and I've only said it 50 times now. But
Yep.
whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah, send us an email or don't, like whatever.
Whatever.
Bye.
You